I saw that on your website that you do coaching for structured thinkers. So tell
Yes,
us, like, what in your mind, what's the definition of a structured thinker?
someone who thinks in terms of methodologies, processes. So it's not just engineers, like even consultants, they have a framework for everything. I've also like coached doctors and lawyers, so there's always some type of process that you follow versus being more like tapping into your creativity and innovation. So those who are structured thinkers typically are a bit more challenged, at least in the individual problem solving time.
Well, coach us up on that a little bit. How do we move that structured thinking, that engineer type of thinking, into the type of thinking it takes to solve problems and solve challenges and create goals? How do you do that?
Yes. So, one of the things that I like to do when I'm working with my clients is ask them like to zoom out a bit. I'll literally say, what does the fly on the wall observe?
Oh,
And from that perspective, you cannot just see from your own eyes. You can think of it as if you are a fly on the wall, a balloon up in the air, looking down at you and the other parties. And a lot of that goes back to starting with empathy. One area that I've also worked with is like design thinking. And the first step in design thinking, like human centered design, is empathy. And that's all about creativity, innovation. And the very first step is empathy. So, with my like structured thinkers that I'm working with, I ask them to zoom out a bit so that they can start like empathizing with the situation as well as all the parties involved.
Is that hard for them when you lead with that because it's so maybe counter to their natural way they process information? And do you get a lot of resistance with that up front?
It's not usually something that happens in the first couple of sessions,
Okay.
but when it does, I just see people go, sit back a bit and like really, because it's like, oh, I never thought of
mm,
that.
mm,
So it's not
mm.
so much a resistance as much as, yeah, that's another way to look at it and gain another perspective on my behavior as well as how others may be feeling about the situation. Not so much resistance, more it's like it's an awakening.